was born with my left knee on backward. And my small town Nebraska doctor grabbed it kind of like a chicken leg and twisted it so it was on right. And I'm thankful for this, and I don't remember this, but when I think about it, I kind of laugh because this was pretty early on to learn that life is full of pain and suffering. And ever since then, my body's been a little bit weird. At age 3, I needed glasses. At age 9, I had problems with my teeth. And in junior high, I was the scoliosis back brace kid. And I hated how it felt when people were looking at me, And even now, at age 41, my body's still just a little weird, but it's my left hip. I got some good days and some bad days. So when my friends suggested that we hike a 14er, I wasn't so sure, but if there's one thing the scoliosis kid really loves, it's being on a team because you get matching clothes. And this was gonna have matching t-shirts. This was a group of 10 friends, 5 couples, and so I signed up for a little physical therapy and said yes. And so us Nebraska Flatlanders headed to Colorado, and we woke up on the day of the hike with this nervous energy before the sunrise. And you guys, I'm a teacher, so I had sort of a lesson plan of how this was gonna go really well. I had new boots, I had my water, I had special oatmeal. And as we set out that morning, we all went to the bathroom just one more time, and we hit the trail. And it didn't take long before I was like, yes, my hip is feeling pretty good. But oh no, I have not done any cardio. And it is really hard to breathe up high in Colorado. And so our group of 10 started to become 2 groups. There was the fast group and there was my group. And we just tootled along, and at about mile 3.5, we were feeling pretty confident because the plan was 4 miles up, Mount Massive. You guys, it is called Mount Massive. I'm not making that up. 4 miles up, 4 miles down, done. But at mile 3.5, we were feeling good. We came upon the fast group, and they were all sitting on a log looking at the ground. And then one of them tells us we've taken a wrong turn. We're not on that short hike. We're on a longer hike up the back of Mount Massive. And I didn't know what to feel. Do you turn back? What do you do? And as I'm deciding that, one of our awesome friends stands up like she's leading us into battle, and she goes, our goal was to summit Mount Massive. And with that, she just took off down the trail, and everyone followed her, and I kind of sat there like, I don't know if I can hike that far, but we are taking a group selfie at the top. So off I went down the trail. But it didn't take long before my slower group kind of spread out. So it was a line of people, and I was at the back of it. And I would look up, and I would see my friends, and they were never really moving. They were always looking at me, and I hate that feeling. And I'm a teacher, and teachers, we fake it till we make it. And so I started setting some goals. And so I was like, that rock up there, I am gonna hike to that rock before I take a break and breathe. Or maybe this rock, this rock right here is just fine. Or I started to count, I am gonna take 30 steps before I stop and catch my breath. Or maybe 15 is a good number of steps. And then I started to have visions. I saw this really flat rock that kind of called out to me I am a Serta mattress, lay on me. And so I laid on a rock. Which is not a good strategy for summiting a 14er. Now, my husband is on this trip, and he is a firefighter. He is big and strong and athletic, and he could be right up there with the fast ones, but he's hanging back, And he waits for me, and he says, in only the way a husband can, I don't know if this is going to cut it. And he's right. There's only so much daylight to get up and down the mountain. But at that point, we were above the tree line. There was snow. I looked around, and then I looked at him like only a wife can. And I didn't say anything, and I just kept on hiking. But it was like 10 steps, and I'm totally out of breath. And so I turn to face him, and I say, my head does not want to quit, and my heart knows I've got to quit. And I felt kind of ashamed. And he just stood there with me. And then we hiked down together. And as we were hiking down, I could breathe. And so we started just chatting, and I got thinking about how, guys, some days it's really important to conquer that mountain and get up there. But this day, it somehow felt important for me to just go, that's enough. I gotta hike back down. And as we were hiking back down, I just kept thinking about how special it is to me that I've got someone to hike down with me. And I love it, how it feels when he's looking at me. So we got back to the cabin, and we kind of laughed about the day. And as all our other friends came back, they just said one after another the exact same thing, because they hiked 16 miles that day. They all said the exact same thing. They said, we are never doing that again. But I don't know. That's what they said last time.